Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
May 28, 10:04 America, New York, Joskow on Harold Demsetz. I spent Thursday evening and Friday at UCLA's event in memory of one of my main mentors, the late Harold Demsetz. The event ended late yesterday afternoon with a bang. The keynote speech by MIT economist Paul Joskow, pictured above. It was first-rate.
New York Times Business.
May 28, 10:04 America, New York, gun in Texas shooting came from company known for pushing boundaries. Daniel Defense, which makes military-style rifles, was an early adopter of direct-to-consumer marketing and has a history of running provocative ads. A flag was flying at half-mast at Daniel Defense's headquarters in Georgia on Friday.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
May 28, 10 o'clock America, New York. Why Nordstrom steamed ahead as Old Navy sank. Consumers are finally starting to swap sweatpants and tees for dresses and suits, and tourism could be the next leg of growth for some apparel brands.
Global economy.
May 28, 10 o'clock America, New York. Emerging markets hit by worst sell-off in decades. Central banks' rate rises. Geopolitical risk and slowing growth trigger investors stampede for safety.
New York Times Business.
May 28, 8:12 America, New York. The Texas law that has banks saying they don't discriminate against guns. Recent legislation requires firms to declare that they don't discriminate against the firearm industry, or risk losing lucrative business with the state.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
May 28, 8 o'clock America, New York. 4 ways home buyers can get an edge in a cutthroat seller's market. How to stand out from the competition even when you can't make an all-cash offer.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
May 28, 5:30 America, New York. Adjustable rate mortgages are back, but they're not like you remember. Gone are the ultra-low teaser rates and lax lending requirements. Today's ARMs are safer, and so are borrowers.
BBC News Business.
May 28, 5:17 America, New York. Chelsea sale. Todd Boehly Consortium set to complete deal on Monday. Chelsea say a final and definitive agreement was entered into on Friday night to sell the club to the consortium led by LA Dodgers co-owner Todd Boehly.
BBC News. Business.
May 28, 5:17 America, New York. Chelsea sale. Todd Boehly Consortium set to complete deal on Monday. Chelsea say a final and definitive agreement was entered into on Friday night to sell the club to the consortium led by LA Dodgers co-owner Todd Boehly.
New York Times Business.
May 28, 5 o'clock America, New York. How a 7,000-ton Broadway theater was hoisted 30 feet. The Beaux-Arts interior of the Palace Theater is a protected landmark, so developers had to devise a plan to raise it 3 stories in their effort to add more retail space. The Palace Theater stage, in the process of being lifted, at TSX Broadway in New York, in 2020.
Marginal revolution.
May 28, 3:33 America, New York. The magnitude of depolicing. Using a time regression discontinuity design, we estimate a 72.7% decrease in lower-level, quality of life, arrests, and a 69% decrease in non-index crime arrests in Minneapolis following George Floyd's death.
Daily FX Market News.
May 28, 3 o'clock America, New York. Bitcoin weekly forecast. Price continues to hold key support. Is a breakout on the cards? Bitcoin continues to tread water above key support as JP Morgan says there is tremendous upside for the space. Is a breakout in the making? Marginal revolution.
May 28, 0:25 America, New York. The paradox of auction happiness. If you win something at auction, even if you end up paying your full bid, you are typically quite happy, rather than just a smidgen happy. Then why didn't you bid more in the first place?
Armstrong Economics.
May 28, 0:02 America, New York. Interview. Food shortages, economic collapse, the failing Great Reset and how to prepare. Click here to listen to Maria Z's insightful interview with Martin Armstrong. Food shortages, economic collapse, the failing Great Reset and how to prepare.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. May 28, 0:00 America, New York. Shoppers are fretting. Stores are listening. Consumers are growing cautious, and companies from Walmart to Procter & Gamble are altering course to reflect changing budgets. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
May 28. 0-100 America New York, Big Tech's Talent Bonanza. After years of fighting to keep engineers and other sought-after employees from leaving for rivals or buzzy startups, the healthiest of the big tech companies are increasingly attractive for tech workers suddenly keen on stability amid signs of trouble throughout the industry. BBC News Business. May 27. 1736 America New York, EasyJet to cancel more than 200 half-term flights from Gatwick. The airline says cancellations are required to provide reliable services in the busy holiday period.
BBC News. Business.
May 27, 1736 America New York, EasyJet to cancel more than 200 half-term flights from Gatwick. The airline says cancellations are required to provide reliable services in the busy holiday period.
Daily FX Market News.
May 27, 1700 America New York, Australian dollar outlook. Sways in risk sentiment push and pull AUD. The Australian dollar has a solid fundamental backdrop for now, but external factors continue to bump the currency around. Will AUD/USD take its own path?
BBC News Business.
May 27, 1633 America New York, Japan opens up to foreign tourists after 2 years. Visitors from 98 countries will be allowed to enter, but some restrictions still remain.
BBC News. Business. May 27, 1633 America New York, Japan opens up to foreign tourists after 2 years. Visitors from 98 countries will be allowed to enter, but some restrictions still remain.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
May 27, 1508 America New York, flight cancellations pile up ahead of holiday weekend. Airlines are facing weather-related disruptions and grappling with staffing shortages as the Memorial Day holiday presents carriers with a first test in the run-up to an expected summer travel boom.
Global economy.
May 27, 1419 America New York, Rishi Sunak's North Sea levy prompts call for energy tax overhaul. Industry calls for tax banding as UK government raises more revenues from oil and gas than it has in half a century.
Global economy.
May 27, 1315 America New York, millions of people marching towards starvation as global food crisis worsens. Also, Brazil's tribes under threat. Europe develops energy backup plan. UK reveals dire employment data.